Hi guys, so today we are going to do a little bit of cooking because when I'm on vacation or spring break or Christmas break, I love to do a lot of homemade cooking because I finally have some time. And so most of you know one of my favorite things is pizza. And so I thought I'd just show you really quickly how I make pizza at home. And so the fun thing about pizza is you can make it any way you want. So it doesn't matter if you just like cheese or if you like pepperoni or if you like vegetables. Pizza's really fun because you can do anything you want with it. We like to put sausage and olives on our pizza, which is kind of weird, but it's yummy. So what I do when I first get started is I went ahead and I cooked my sausage in a pan, and I'll put pictures of all the ingredients above the video so you guys can see the ingredients before I open them, but the video is going to be too long if you guys watched all of it. And so I went ahead and I cooked the sausage already, and so that's ready to go. And then the second thing I did was I took my pizza dough and I spread it out on my pan here. And so the first thing that we're going to do, whenever you're cooking, you always want to make sure that you wash your hands nice and clean before you get started. And so if I've already washed my hands, I've got my dough ready to go. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pizza sauce, which you can make it or you can just use like spaghetti sauce. And so that's what I'm using tonight. And so I'm going to open up the spaghetti sauce. And I'm going to just kind of shake it out over the top of the crust so that it's nice and spread out. You don't have to use the whole jar, otherwise it kind of gets a little bit soggy. And so then I would use like a spoon or something around the house, or something around the kitchen actually, to help you spread out the sauce. And so you make sure that it's nice and spread out. And some people like a lot of sauce, some people don't like a ton. I kind of do something right in the middle. And so my sauce is nice and spread out on my pizza. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the toppings above the sauce and under the cheese. And then I'm also going to put some toppings over the cheese. So I'm going to shake some of the sausage onto the pizza crust. And then I'm also going to take our cheese, which I like to use mozzarella cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And I'm going to put some cheese on top of the sauce and on top of the sausage. And I'm going to go ahead and... So this was where I might do a couple of olives because we like to put olives on our pizza too. So I'm going to open that up. You kind of drain out, there's some sauce in there, and you just want to go ahead and put it in the sink. And so here's my olives. So again, since I have nice clean hands, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of shake a couple of the olives around the pizza. And this would be when you guys could add in any toppings that you like. So if you want to do pepperoni, do pepperoni. I actually really like plain cheese pizza too, so you don't always have to have a ton of toppings on it. So now I'm going to take another layer of my toppings. I'm going to shake them over the cheese. And so you can kind of see I've got a lot of nice toppings on there. So I'm going to add a little bit extra cheese on top so that it's nice and covered. And then you make sure that you read the directions on the pizza dough because it's going to tell you what temperature that you're going to be setting the oven at. And of course you're going to have an adult that would help you with, but remember when we're thinking about temperature, we're thinking about how hot something is. So you want to make sure that the stove is going to be set at the temperature that it needs to be at to cook the pizza dough. And so for this particular pizza dough, my oven had to be set at 425 degrees, which is really, really hot. Because remember, the higher the number when we're talking about temperature, the hotter it is. So 425 is really hot. So you always got to make sure that you're extra careful when you're in the kitchen. So my pizza's ready to go in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and let the adult do this. So I don't want you guys ever reaching in the oven or anything like that. But when it's ready to go, the adult can help you put your pizza in the oven. So I'm going to open up the door. I'm going to go ahead and set it in there. And then the directions told me to set a timer for 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer just like we do at school with my little blue timer. But instead I have one on my microwave. So I'm going to go ahead and press timer. I'm going to press I like to set it a little bit earlier because I want to check it to make sure it's not burning. So I'm going to do it for 13 minutes instead of 15 so that in case it's a little too hot or it's in there too long, I'll get it before it burns. So that's it. That's your homemade pizza. And so I will go ahead and take some pictures of the finished product. And hopefully you guys, while you're on spring break, I want you, just like me, I want you to be cooking and helping in the kitchen because it's really important to learn how to cook. So I hope you guys make something really yummy tonight, and I miss you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.